Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpuff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketing experts from around the country. Today, we're in Los Angeles, California with Andrew Fox of QYOU. And Andrew, welcome to our conversation today.
Thank you, Howard. Pleasure to be here.
Well, we're excited to have you and learn a lot more about you. So let's get started with how you got your beginnings in the marketing industry.
Yeah, so actually my roots are in entertainment and production. And I had actually joined a company called Overture, which was the incubator for paid search back in the day. And then Yahoo bought Overture, and the rest is sort of history. I've been in marketing and advertising for roughly about 22, 23 years, culminating in the influencer space right now. But I've worked in everything from search and display to sponsorships and all sorts of different forms of advertising.
Well, it's obviously you have some very strong roots in a lot of different aspects, which really serves you well as you do your day-to-day with your current company. So why don't you share with us what QYOU is and all the different activity that you have for your clients?
Yeah, for sure. So QYOU is a media and entertainment company powered by the creator economy. And really what that means is we leverage creators to work with brands to deliver their messaging, to promote their products in an organic and authentic way that is effective both for them as a brand and for the creator as their own individual. And we do that somewhat differently than others in the space. So within the creator economy, creators are really good at producing content that is great for their channels, great for their audience. But when a brand wants to get involved and sponsor content, they're not really too sure necessarily how to handle it. Some are more proficient than others. But what we do is we actually produce content with creators, and that produces a much better product for both the brand and the creator, and ultimately results in higher engagement, higher activity and action for the brand.
Content is so important, and there's a lot of companies, as you're saying, don't really have the knowledge and background and expertise to really put out the best messaging out there. So it's really important that you're playing that role in helping to get their story out. So when you're starting with these companies and trying to figure out their story and have those first conversations with them, what direction do you take that meeting to really help guide where you're going to direct some of this content production?
Yeah, so that's a great question. So our methodology is another differentiating factor. And I'm glad that you asked that question, because really what we do is we start with the brand's goals and objectives. What are they trying to do? Who are they trying to reach? Then we look for the communities who they're trying to reach. And then in this new world that we're in, where consumers are really looking to receive their messaging in more of an entertainment type of format, that's why you're seeing TikTok explode. It's why you're seeing Instagram Reels explode. YouTube Shorts is turning on their monetization engine for creators shortly. And as soon as we understand who those communities are, then we look for formats, very specific formats that speak to those communities. And then we cast influencers into those formats. Or we'll look for influencers that speak to those communities. And then we'll look for the formats that those influencers are doing, and then integrate the brand in that way. So really approaching it in two different ways helps the brand achieve maximum impact from the work that they're doing with creators, with our help, of course.
Well, you having that help and having that direction and knowledge that you have really is what stabilizes the concept and what really gets the right messaging out there for them. It really is a very competitive space, all this creative that's out there. And there's a lot of companies doing it on their own. There's a lot of different ways that people are doing, whether it's video or still focusing on blogs and combinations of both. And it's important to have someone like you guiding them to make sure that they're speaking as loudly as possible and reaching their audience. So Andrew, I thank you so much for joining us and really sharing your story and messaging with us today.
Of course, anytime. Glad to be here.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Content is king. We all seem to know that and learn more about it each day and how big and bold and opportunistic the what content can bring to your company. You really should be learning more about what Q is doing so that you can figure out what directions you need to be going with your company and your content. So learn more here on Daily Ad Brief. Go out and have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.